All right, let's talk a little politics here. The election just 175 days away, and normally this is where we'd show you latest poll averages, but the numbers, they're all over the place today. The big news about a few polls here, including one that has the Obama team worried and also complaining, and for good reason. Andrew, let's break these down.
Rich, it is a poll that it should, on the surface, be filled with good news for the president, but peel off a couple of layers and you see why the president's team is losing sleep. It's all from the latest CBS News New York Times poll. President with a 50% job approval rating and more approval than not. That is good news for Obama. More good news, Obama running even on favorability with higher numbers in that department than Mitt Romney has. Yet despite those two polls, which are usually pretty good indicators of where voters are, comes this. Same poll has Mitt Romney up 3 points overall on the president among likely voters, and the news gets even worse. Among female voters, remember that huge gender gap for the president? Not in this poll. CBS and the Times actually have Romney up 2 among women, and they have Romney up 7 among independent voters. Rich, a wake-up call to say the least for the White House.
You buy the numbers?
I think it's something of an outlier, and I think you get to a lag in the campaign.
They went back to the same people they had polled to recanvass them or something, and they said that's a small sample or something.
Regardless of that,
right?
I think you wind up in a period where there isn't Republican opposition to Mitt Romney. There's not a lot of interest in the race right now. People are generally in the months off. So I think you're going to see the numbers just generically tighten, as we know the country is, what, a 45-45-10 country.
I don't see a way the president wins, Dominic, if he doesn't have at least a margin of between 5 and 10 for the female vote here. He needs women, he needs them big, right?
The best way to say this, Richard, there's no political answer to this. The alarm bells are ringing loudly, and I've been saying this for months, as it relates to President Obama. Yeah. And I'm going to be honest with you, race plays a large factor in it, and the economy, and I don't know how well gay marriage is going to play. I mean, the media is in love with him now, but the media is not on the ballot. It's the president.
And you know, TJ, for me, you had basically, a primary for the Republicans where they ate their own. I mean, if he emerges, and he didn't do anything to distinguish himself, I think, in the primary process, but if he came out of that, you got to figure the worst almost behind him. Mm-hmm. And he's actually up right now. Yeah. I gotta think at the RNC and GOP headquarters, they're doing cartwheels today.
Yeah, they gotta be, because, like you said, it took forever for a coalescing to happen. And
I don't even think it's happening.
No, and as I'm saying, it really actually hasn't, really, because you do not have any excitement from true conservatives for this guy. But you have got the group that I'll call the "will crawl over broken glass to vote against Barack Obama" demographic.
That's good.
And they are .com. I got it. And they're ready to go. Here's the thing. I'm seeing. Oh, and by the way, the timing. My knee-jerk reaction when I'm listening to Andrew and the poll numbers, like, wow. And it's early, right after that bloodletting that was the primary. These numbers are where they are. Boy, that really does make it more surprising. But I think there's a little bit of arrogance on the part of this administration when it comes to their blocks. I think when it comes to the gay marriage issue, I think they're taking for granted that the African-American community would just be there in lockstep regardless of where he fell.
I don't think they're going for Romney, but they may stay home.
No, they're not going to go for Romney.
That's a perfect segue, TJ, because when you mentioned gay marriage, that's what we're going to go to next.